Hello there everybody, Sam's Trains here and welcome back to the railway. I was not impressed by Hornby's Era 1 coal wagons and I thought to myself, do you know what, I can do better. So I went into production with my own design and it's available now. Before we get started, I'd better talk about what's wrong with Hornby's wagons. So I've come up with 5 grievances that I have with Hornby's Era 1 wagons. First of all, they are unrealistic. These were not designed to be coal wagons in Hornby's range. All Hornby did was take the tender from Stephenson's rocket, paint it brown, remove the barrel and add a new side to it to make the coal wagon. There's a historian here on the internet called Anthony Dawson who knows everything about the Liverpool and Manchester Railway. In fact, he wrote this book and others besides on the subject. And it is a great book. I can highly recommend getting it if you are interested in going on a real deep dive on the Liverpool and Manchester. And he says that Hornby's wagons are fictional. The second grievance is that they're very light on features. They don't include coal loads, and I think as an expensive premium model, a coal load for a coal wagon doesn't seem too much to ask for. The third grievance is the couplings. These are only compatible with Hornby's proprietary coupling system. And they're not that practical. They're fiddly to couple up, they're not great for people with low dexterity, and of course it means that you can't couple Hornby's Era 1 rolling stock to other locomotives and rolling stock because the couplings are specific to these models, so that's no good. Next up, Hornby's wagons are not that free rolling. They don't fare that well on the Gordon's Hill rolling test, and these are designed to be hauled by very, very light and weak locomotives like Stephenson's rocket and goodness knows what else in the future. So the fact that these are not that free rolling is a real problem in my opinion. And the final and possibly most diabolical grievance is the price of these wagons. For a pack of 3 on Hornby.com, these will set you back £76.99. That's the RRP. That works out at over £25 per wagon. I think that's ridiculous. So I decided to come up with my own design that addresses and fixes every single one of these grievances. And this is the result. It's a pack of 3 detailed Era 1 wagons which are available to order right now on Etsy, and I've popped the link in the description for you. In today's video I'm going to explain how my models address all of the issues I've described. So let's start off with the question of accuracy. So my wagons are inspired by these drawings that I found on victorianweb.org, and supposedly these diagrams were produced in 1835. I've no way of verifying the accuracy of these drawings, but if they were drawn all the way back in 1835, there's a good chance that they are at least not just fictional. And I think they look really, really cool. And at the very least, they stand out as not just being a tender from Stephenson's rocket. I'm going to get to the other points of improvement in just a second, but first let's unbox these and I'll show you what you get. So each pack, like I say, comes with 3 wagons and an accessories bag. I'll come to the accessories bag in just a second, show you what's in there. Let's start opening some of these up. Now, unlike the Hornby wagons, there is a little bit of variation in these packs, in that you don't get 3 identical wagons. So each pack contains 2 of these wagons. These are what I call the dual hopper wagons, and these have the nice spoked metal wheels, which is where most of the wagon's weight comes from, and then they've got detailed bodies complete with rivets and wood planking, and even detailed interiors with the planking on the inside. I think the underframes are a really cool design as well. I can't take any credit for that, of course, that's all from the originals. But yeah, the way you can see the wheels above the frames, yeah, it's just a fantastic old-fashioned design. So you get 2 of those. I believe this is the other one, and these 2 are identical. So these are the sort of stars of the show, if you like. And then the third wagon is something a little bit different. I've decided to offer something more similar to the Hornby wagon in that I did make it up, or rather I derived it from the dual hopper wagon. But as you can see, this is a very similar wagon, but with just one hopper, one large hopper, just to give your consists a little bit of variation. So there you go, you got your 3 wagons, 2 of them the same, 1 of them different. Now, in terms of the accessories, remember I mentioned the Hornby ones did not come with coal loads. Well, obviously that's something I wanted to fix. So these wagons do come with coal loads. Here we've got the coal load for the single hopper wagon, and as you can see, the coal load is a very, very thin piece. And the idea behind that is so that it's really lightweight, so as not to add too much weight to the wagons and make them too difficult to haul by those weak Era 1 locos. So the coal loads just sit on a little ledge on the inner wall of the wagon, and that holds them still, and obviously you can't tell from the outside that it's just a slim piece. So you've got that. And then you've also got the smaller coal loads which go into the double bunker wagons. And as you can see, these fit in exactly the same way, just a little ledge on the inside of the wagons, and the coal loads rest in there. Now, I'm all about variation. So with these double bunker coal loads, there's actually 8 different ones that you could get, and they are selected randomly. And the idea is that if you make up a train of these, then you will get a nice random selection of coal loads, which will make the train look a bit less uniform than it would if you had identical coal loads. So you've got 8 different ones of these, again selected at random, and then the large coal load, there are 4 possible versions of this coal load that you can get. So it should be possible to get a really nice varied looking train. The next issue with the Hornby models was the couplings. Because they use this hook and chain design, the Hornby models are only compatible with other Era 1 models from Hornby. But I wanted my models to be compatible with everything, including the Era 1 models from Hornby. So, out of the box, my wagons come with these coupling hooks pre-fitted. And these hooks can accept either a Hornby chain coupling, which is what comes with all of the Hornby Era 1 stuff, or they can accept one of my 3D printed couplings, which is what comes with these wagon packs. You'll get 3 of these coupling bars, and they are cross-compatible with both systems. But you can convert these wagons so that they can couple up to anything else that supports NEM couplings. By grabbing the base of the hook coupling with your nails, you can actually pull it out, and that reveals that the hook coupling is actually NEM and plugged into a NEM pocket. Each of these wagon packs comes with a pair of NEM tension lock couplings, which you can plug into that NEM pocket instead. Now, with the tension locks fitted, these wagons do look quite silly, and I don't recommend using the tension lock couplings to use these normally, but they do allow you to do an awful lot with these wagons. So here are some examples of what you can do. So you can couple these wagons to a Hornby Era 1 loco, that is a tick. You can also couple these wagons to any Era loco from other manufacturers. This is impossible with Hornby. In some cases, you can even insert one of those Era 1 NEM couplings into a different loco and use that loco to couple up to any Era 1 rolling stock. Although at least with my coupling bars, this does produce some very close coupling, and you might get derailments due to buffer lock and other issues, depending on what you actually couple together. But on broader radius curves, this is definitely an option too. You can also use one of these coal wagons as a converter wagon, which will allow any locomotive to haul Era 1 rolling stock from Hornby. You can also use one of these coal wagons as a converter to allow Hornby Era 1 locomotives to haul any other rolling stock. Again, this was impossible before. And finally, you can do a mixture of all of this. You can mix and match your trains freely, coupling any rolling stock to any locomotive in basically any combination you like, using these Era 1 wagons as converters. Another issue with the Hornby wagons was that they were not that free rolling. So to address that issue, I designed the axle boxes specially on these wagons so that they hold the axles really quite precisely, which keeps vibration and movement to an absolute minimum, and this produces a very free rolling chassis, in theory. Let's go to Gordon's Hill and let's test it. So I'm going to test Hornby's first, and the idea is I'm going to nudge them until they start rolling, and then we'll see how far they go. And then I'll put mine on and we'll compare. There we go, I think we're just about going there. Obviously none of these wagons are going to go that far because they're very light and they don't get up a lot of momentum, but there's the Hornby one then, just towards the bottom of the footbridge. Let's try the second Hornby wagon. See if we can get an idea of how they perform generally. I think this one's freer already. Yep, it is. So that one got beyond the footbridge, which is annoying because it's hard to get it there, but I'll do my best. And now the third Hornby wagon, one more chance to do well. Go on. It's going. Yep. Oh. Alright, so it stopped before it even got to the footbridge. So now let's try the 3D printed version. First one of those. See how this gets on. I think I might have pushed it a bit much there. Well, it's going already. Okay. So that one on its own has beaten all of Hornby's quite considerably. Let me just go and get that back. Okay, let's try another one. This is the single bunker version, so we'll see if this one's any different. You can tell straight away that they want to start rolling before the Hornby ones did. Oh, that one's bombing off. I think that one's even further. I'm going to have to move the camera if the last one goes any further than that. So that's down to the signal box. And then the third wagon, let's give this one a push. Just keep nudging till it goes. Oh, yeah, it's sustaining, look at that. And off it goes. Oh, I think we're going for the record. Yeah, a little bit further. So, massively more free rolling than Hornby's, which means that your light Era 1 locos will be able to haul a lot more of them. So let's put that to the test. So there's Stephenson's rocket, poor old Stephenson's rocket, coupled up to 8 of these wagons. I'm thinking it might be a little bit much for rocket, but I'm going to give it a try because I think it will be a spectacle. I've coupled up all 8 of these wagons using my bar couplings and the Era 1 hooks. You do have to be quite careful coupling these together for the first time because due to the manufacturing tolerances on my 3D printing process, some of the loops on the coupling bars can be a little bit tight fitting onto the hooks. So you have to be careful not to bend those hooks when you couple them together for the first time. So if you've got a problem, widen up the holes, ease it onto the hook for the first few times just to avoid bending it. Anyway, is Rocket going to be powerful enough to haul all of these wagons? Can she move them at all? First question. Yes. So on the flat, the drag is sufficiently small for Rocket to haul these wagons along. But is she going to make it up Gordon's Hill with them? I'm not convinced. Let's give it a try though. Good luck, Rocket. Here we go. Here we go. And I'm not letting her cheat. She's going reasonably slowly. I don't think much faster than this would be very realistic. So far, so good. Is she slowing down? Not really so far. Yeah, she is now. Oh, okay. Struggling. Let's go and have a look. Okay, so it went pretty well, and by the looks of it, she's still inching the train forwards. So I guess technically she may be able to do this, but I think it's quite near the mark. So I think what I'll do is try that again at a higher speed and see if she can handle all 8 wagons, because that would be impressive. Right, way too fast, but I want to see if she can do it. So here we go, Rocket with 8 wagons. Slowing down. Oh, I don't think so. Okay, so again, she's doing her best. She's inching forwards with them, which is quite impressive. But yeah, I guess it's a little bit too much for us. So I'm going to pop Lion or Tiger on. Probably Lion. No, maybe Tiger. I don't know. And we'll try again and hopefully get some laps out of this. Okay, I've gone with Tiger, and obviously she's a lot larger and heavier than Rocket, so she will definitely guaranteed handle these with ease. Rocket, I would say, can haul 10 of these on the flat, on the level. Once you start introducing even the mildest of gradients, obviously she's going to struggle. But what I can guarantee is that Hornby Rocket can haul more of these wagons than she can the Hornby version. So there's that. But yeah, I'm really happy with the way these look. Obviously they're nice and free rolling. The couplings work well. I'm pleased to have been able to create a system that is very similar to Hornby's so that all this rolling stock can be coupled up together. It works well forwards and in reverse, although if you are using my coupling bars to couple between a Hornby loco and one of my wagons, in reverse on curves, sometimes they can come uncoupled, so bear that in mind. but certainly forwards, as you can see, it's absolutely fine. And I really do love these wagons. I think they are my favourite of any of the 3D printed projects I've created so far. And I'm so glad to be able to share them with you and make these available. I put an awful lot of time into the design for these, so that every aspect has been very, very carefully controlled, and it really paid off. Very, very pleased with the way these look. Finally then, let's talk about price. The pack of 3 from Hornby cost £76.99, which I thought was ridiculous, and I really wanted to improve on this, and I have. In fact, my pack of 3 wagons is better than half price. So it's going to be £34.99 for a pack of 3, and that includes all of the accessories, including the coal loads. This works out at £11.66 per wagon. So not only are you paying just 45% of the price of Hornby's wagon pack, but you also get all of the extra accessories as well. So I'm really, really pleased with the results here. These wagons are available on Etsy, like I say, and there's links in the description for you. It is relatively limited. Obviously, these are 3D printed here at my house, so I'm not able to produce them in gigantic quantities. But if you want to buy some and they have all sold out, please do comment down below to let me know you're interested, or send me an email. And if there's enough interest, I will do more batches in the future. I might even do different versions of the model to add even more variation, but that's for the future. I hope you like the wagons. Thank you so much for watching. Please do let me know what you think. Is there anything else that you'd like to see me produce? Please do let me know. For now though, thanks again for your support, and I will see you very, very soon. All right, cheers folks. You take care.